Hey lovely peeps, my name is Dhara Singh and I am the founder of Life Resume Coaching and the author of Tell Her She's Lovely, a 3-part anthology of transformation, conflict, confrontation, and ultimately peace. It's a collection of poems that in a time like this during your quarantine, where you want to take that leap of faith towards your career, or you want to take that huge risk and maybe even start a business, it's a really great tool to read. So today's topic of discussion is really letting go of our need for external validation. External validation, right? Oh my God, is what I'm doing gonna be approved by society? Is what I'm doing gonna be approved by my friends and family? I'm here to tell you, just really let that go. That's total bullshit. So many times throughout my life, every time I made a decision, I would need to contact 5 or 10 friends just looking for validation, looking for if what I was doing was the right thing to do. Are you someone like that? Or you may be in a position today, especially during quarantine, just debating about jumping onto that next idea of your dreams and just really asking your friend list, like, hey, is this right? Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? I'm here to tell you, just do what sets your heart free, honestly. This brings me back. I'm here in quarantine. I'm a journalist by profession. I'm here in quarantine in the suburbs, and I've been just learning so much about myself. But through this process, it reminds me of the time when I was publishing my book. This is the rough draft. The official draft you can pre-order at tellhersheslovely.com. But this is a book that talks about my transformation from looking for external validation to, in this day and age, where now I'm here making YouTube videos and publishing my first ever book. Very confident in being able to put myself out there. So 9 out of 10 times when you're looking for external validation, you already know deep inside what you want to do. You already know you want to take that leap of faith. You already know what's really the right answer for you. You're second guessing yourself because you oftentimes don't want to do that hard work, believe it or not, to take that leap of faith. In Tell Her She's Lovely, when I was writing these poems, I would always send them to my friends and I would be like, hey, can you read this? Can you read this? I'm going to post this on Instagram. Is this good? Do you like it? And these were my creative juices that were naturally flowing to me during my 4-hour commutes from Central Jersey all the way to Brooklyn. So during these 4-hour commutes, I was writing poems and I was sending them to my friends. All these poems right here. I was sending them to my friends and I was like, is this right? Is this good? Give me approval, And today I have this book written and published because I made that decision. I made that decision to go and do what was calling my creativity, was what was eventually calling my, setting my heart free. And there's a poem in here that I'd really like to share with you. Hopefully that can inspire you to take that leap of faith, to fight that external need for external validation during this quarantine period. So this is how the poem goes. The poem is called The Phoenix. Ready? The phoenix sleeps in her own ashes. She doesn't remember her last rebirth. It's the world who told her when she died that she responds with a coy smirk. It's a folly of humans that we see to point out the past of those living. For a creature whose present is so beautiful, we always find a way to persuade her she's eternally ill-fated. So this poem right here, what it basically means is we're always evolving, right? We're always craving change. When we learn more about ourselves, especially in a period like this, we may want to go and take those leap of faiths. And just because you did something yesterday doesn't mean you can do it. You can't do anything different today. So in this quest for transformation, which is what this whole entire book is about, you don't need to get approval from the outside world. You don't need to get that extra yes from anyone other than yourself to take that leap of faith towards your career change, to take that leap of faith towards whatever you want to do. A line in this poem where it says, "For a creature whose present is so beautiful, we always find a way to persuade her she's eternally ill-fated." So what that basically means is, when you're gonna make a transformation, you are not only gonna be asking, most likely, people, am I doing the right thing? But chances are people, without you even asking for their opinion, are gonna tell you you're doing the wrong thing, right? And in a scenario like that, where you're looking for external validation, where people are telling you, hey, I don't think what you're doing is necessarily the right thing to do, you can't let those thoughts get to you, you know? We always find a way to persuade her she's eternally ill-fated. People will always try to remind you of what you did yesterday, of what you did 2 years ago, of who you really are. Oh, you studied this in college, you should be doing this. Oh, you have like 4 kids, you know, they have to go to college, you can't be doing that, you need to be making money. Through Life Resume and through Tell Her She's Lovely, my goal here is to really tell you, you can do that. You know, you already have a powerful story within you. It's just really recognizing that and taking that leap of faith. But again, you know, think about it. We've been locked into our homes for 9 weeks. 9 weeks. Most of us, and shout out to the essential workers who are really, you know, doing the most for us. But for us who have that luxury of being in our homes right now, you know, this is such a great time to embrace our own transformation, to embrace who we're evolving into. And with that, it's just important for us to honor that and not really look for external validation. You know, if someone else is doing this on Instagram, I can't do that. Someone else started a business, they're making millions of dollars. There's already 60 million, well, not 60 million, there's already 60,000 people doing this type of business, and who am I? How am I gonna do it? Well, the good news is there's enough opportunity for all of us. You know, you have to think in terms of an abundance mindset. When I was writing Tell Her She's Lovely, and, you know, as I'm beginning to market it and everything, I'm not worrying about who's gonna, you know, oh my god, there's Langley, there's Rupi Kaur, who's gonna read my book? I'm just me, right? But being just me, having this whole entire journey of my own transformation, from a point where I was seeking external validation to now where I'm posting my first YouTube video, it's such a leap of faith, and you have to be proud of yourself. So your story, like this story, is irreplaceable. You know, if your friend tells you like, hey, are you sure that's a good poem? I don't really like your poem. You know, I like that one thing there, that you can fix this. Block it out. You know, you really need to pay attention to what sets you free, what sets your heart on fire. I remember when I was making the transition, which is documented in this book, from working in a bank all the way to my role as a reporter today. And as I'm even evolving further, I was getting so many people telling me, don't do this. Yeah, like, this is dumb, this is stupid, you're not going to be making money, you know? And I just thought, how could I live my life without honoring who I was as a creative, right? Creative person. I'd be working that same 9-to-5 job, sitting behind that cubicle, doing my data analysis, which, you know, no offense to anyone, you know, you do what makes you happy, but I definitely felt that I wasn't honoring what made me unique. So this journey through Tell Her She's Lovely and through my own Life Resume consulting, coaching and consulting, I'm here to really help you take that leap of faith, take that transformative step. And I think this is quarantine. You're in a quarantine space where you can really look inward, take this time to look inward and really reach your dreams. So ways to fight external validation, that craving, that need, I would really start by writing down what makes you excited. Like every single day, taking note of things that are setting your heart on fire. like, oh my god, I read this article, like this, it's so enticing, I wish I could write articles. Oh my god, that person made a YouTube video, I wish I could make YouTube videos. That person wrote a book, I have poems, I should write a book. Just really honor what makes you you, because to be honest, if I had just listened to what everyone else was saying and I didn't make my career steps, I wouldn't have understood how powerful of a storyteller I was, how powerful of a writer I was, how powerful of a creative I was, where, you know, I'm taking the limited resources I have here and I'm creating a YouTube video. So really step back and for a second just think, if you didn't really care about what people said, what could you be doing? What could you be doing in your life? You could be publishing that book that you've always wanted to do. There's always going to be someone to read it. You could be starting that business that you know, you've always wanted to start. It's just really making those calculated steps and planning out those, planning your journey a little bit and going for it. So through Life Resume LLC and through Tell Her She's Lovely, my book, which is available for pre-order at tellhershe'slovely.com, you can really get to witness my own transformation from the days where I was commuting 4 hours in a train, just so confused, just wondering what was my purpose, felt misplaced in every sense, to now where I'm just really exploring my creativity, I'm honoring who I am, I'm creating YouTube videos, and I'm here to show you that it's so possible. So just to wrap it up here, I'd like to write another, say another poem for you. All right. The Phoenix. The phoenix sleeps in her own ashes. She doesn't remember her last rebirth. It's the world who tells her when she died, that she responds with a coy smirk. It's a folly of humans that we see to point out the past of those living. For a creature whose present is so beautiful, we always find a way to persuade her she's eternally ill-fated. So take that transformative step, go for it, and just know that you don't need to have your wait list of approvals. Yeah, so thank you, and please visit tellhershe'slovely.com.